Good morning and happy Coffee Talk Monday with Dr. Michelle. I'm going to talk a little bit this morning about procrastination. A Facebook friend is struggling a little bit with procrastination, and I thought it was a really good topic to talk about today. It does seem to plague quite a few people. So I really want to talk about what it is, why it exists, and how to deal with it. But first, how are you? How was your weekend? The sun was shining here, which was really, really nice. I got out to play a little golf, which was also nice. Social distancing rules apply. Yes, absolutely. So, procrastination. If you're a procrastinator, it can be a really difficult thing, right? Because there's things you want to get done, and sometimes you just feel like you can't get them done. And as with everything, there are people that procrastinate once in a while, people who procrastinate a little bit more than that, and then people who really struggle with procrastination. Everything is on a continuum. Everything. So, where does procrastination come from? Well, one of the biggest reasons we procrastinate is if something feels big and overwhelming. If we don't understand it, we don't know how to do it, or we just don't know how to think about it. What happens is these things become big and scary, overwhelming, and frustrating. I don't know about you, but when I'm in those situations, I want to run away and hide because that's not a good feeling. And that's exactly what your brain is saying. Like, you want me to do that thing for work, and I have no idea how to tackle it. Or you want me to organize all of this right here, right now, right this minute. That's when your brain goes tilt. It goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to approach it. I don't even know how to think about it. Yeah. So, as a result, procrastination happens. Now, another reason that sometimes people procrastinate, it does become a little bit of a habit. And I have heard some people say that procrastination is a positive thing for them, although I've highly questioned that. That has usually come from my younger clients who, when asked, will say, yeah, it sort of pushes me to get it done. Well, yeah, of course, because you got to get it done, right? But for the most part, procrastination just feels in here. Doesn't feel good. It feels big, it feels scary. It feels like, oh my gosh, I really need to do this thing and I can't. And then once you get to it, it's stressful. There's pressure, and it builds and it builds and it builds. And it just doesn't feel good trying to get through it. And many times when you're in it, then you can't focus because it still feels big, but you got to get it done. And then there's those things that just feel big that you don't got to get done, that you want to do, that you don't always get to. So, how to think about procrastination. One really good way to deal with procrastination is to take that big, scary thing and break it down into little bite-sized pieces. Yeah, goal setting can be really helpful. So if you're thinking about a big project that you have no idea how to do or where to start, part of it is because you're thinking about the big project, right? But if you can break that down into smaller bite-sized pieces and say, okay, today I am going to start brainstorming and try to figure out what this all is all about. And then tomorrow I'm going to do a little bit of research on it. And then the next day I'm going to see if I can maybe draw some other people into the conversation and brainstorm with them. You see? So when you have these big pieces that lead to the big piece, to the outcome, to where you want to be, you can continue to be motivated throughout, and the likelihood of procrastination is not so great. So again, the biggest problem is thinking about something that's so big, that's kind of undefined, that feels bad, rather than figuring out, okay, how do I take this big thing and break it into pieces so that each piece leads to that big thing. That also gives you the opportunity to then think about that small bite-sized thing and figure out how to maybe get creative or think about that in a different way. So it really is just breaking it down, helping you to feel successful and motivated as you move through it. I often say, in the alphabet, you can't get from A to Z. You have to go A, B, C, D. And it's the same thing with all the things that we do in life, but we just don't think about it that way. We just think about, I want to organize my kitchen. Woo! Organizing my kitchen, if I thought about it just like that, rather than today I am going to organize the silverware drawer, tomorrow I'm going to organize the pots and pans, the next day I'm going to organize the dry good cupboard, whatever it is. So much more manageable, not just for me to do, but for my brain to understand and comprehend. So when you start to think about something, try and break it down. When you start to feel overwhelmed and frustrated, I often tell my clients, make a list, a big list of all the things that you think that you need to do. And then if those pieces are small enough, every day take two or three, that was hard, off your list and work on them. Or even one. But you gotta break it down so that your brain can comprehend it. And your list, your smaller list, your goals, however it is that you want to look at it, those have to be realistic and they have to be specific. If we go back to the conversation I had a few weeks ago on goal setting, realistic and specific and flexible are really important aspects. So, I hope you have a great Monday. The sun is shining again here today, so I feel very grateful for that, and I'm grateful for all of you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again next Monday. Bye.